Welcome to a journey through time, exploring the epic story of how India, one of the world's most vibrant nations, came to be. This is the birth of a nation, a tale of ancient civilizations, invasions, empires, and a hard-fought struggle for independence. Let's begin at the very dawn of human history on the Indian subcontinent. Around 73,000 to 55,000 years ago, anatomically modern humans first set foot in South Asia. The earliest known human remains, dating back 30,000 years, tell us people were already thriving here. By 7000 BCE, communities began settling, laying the groundwork for one of the world's oldest civilizations. This was the Indus Valley Civilization, flourishing between 2500 and 1900 BCE in what is now Pakistan and northwestern India. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro boasted advanced urban planning with brick houses, piped water, and sewage systems. They traded with the Middle East, showcasing an economy as sophisticated as any in the ancient world. But by 1900 BCE, drought struck, forcing people to abandon these great cities for rural villages. Around the same time, Indo-Aryan tribes migrated into the Punjab from Central Asia, marking the start of the Vedic period. From 1500 to 500 BCE, they composed the Vedas, sacred hymns that laid the foundation for Hinduism. This era saw the rise of the Mahajanapadas, 16 powerful kingdoms across northern India. Among them, Magadha stood range, birthing two of India's greatest spiritual leaders, Mahavira and Gautama Buddha. In the 6th century BCE, they founded Jainism and Buddhism, philosophies that would shape the world. By 500 BCE, the second urbanization began, with new cities sprouting along the Ganges plain. The Maurya Empire, founded by Chandragupta Maurya in 321 BCE, unified most of the subcontinent. Under Emperor Ashoka, the empire reached its zenith, spreading Buddhism across Asia. After Ashoka's death, the empire fragmented, but India's cultural influence grew. The Gupta Empire, from 300 to 800 CE, ushered in a golden age of science, art, and culture. Mathematicians like Aryabhata pioneered the concept of zero in the decimal system. This period saw Hinduism solidify, with Shaivism and Vaishnavism gaining royal patronage. In southern India, the Chola, Chera, and Pandya kingdoms thrived, building powerful navies and trading with Southeast Asia. Raja Chola and his son Rajendra Chola expanded their empire, spreading Indian culture abroad. But change was coming. In 712 CE, Arab general Muhammad bin Qasim conquered Sindh, introducing Islam to the subcontinent. By the 11th century, Muslim armies from Central Asia established the Delhi Sultanate. Under rulers like Alauddin Khalji, the Sultanate repelled Mongol invasions. The Sultanate blended Persian and Indian traditions, creating a unique Indo-Islamic culture. In 1526, Babur, a descendant of Timur and Genghis Khan, founded the Mughal Empire. Under Akbar the Great, the Mughals united most of India, promoting religious tolerance and Persian culture. The Mughal economy boomed, with agriculture and trade fueling prosperity. But later emperors like Aurangzeb imposed strict Islamic policies, sparking resistance. In western India, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj founded the Maratha Empire, challenging Mughal dominance. By the early 18th century, the Mughal Empire was in decline, creating a power vacuum. European powers, especially the British East India Company, stepped in to fill it. The British arrived in 1617, initially as traders, but their ambitions grew. After the Battle of Plassey in 1757, they gained control of Bengal, marking the start of colonial rule. By the 1820s, the British had subdued most of India, turning it into a supplier of raw materials. The British introduced modern education and infrastructure, but their rule was exploitative. In 1857, the Indian Rebellion, also called the First War of Independence, erupted. Sepoys, princes, and civilians united against British oppression, but the rebellion was crushed. In 1858, the British Crown took direct control, ending the East India Company's rule. The Indian National Congress, founded in 1885, became the voice of emerging nationalist sentiment. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi transformed the independence movement with non-violent resistance. Gandhi's non-cooperation movement in 1920 united millions against British rule. In 1930, his Salt March challenged British monopolies, inspiring global admiration. The Congress declared Purna Swaraj, or complete self-rule, as its goal. Meanwhile, the Muslim League, led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, demanded a separate Muslim state. World War II weakened Britain, and India's contributions to the war effort strengthened its case for freedom. Over 800,000 Indians volunteered for the army, fighting in Europe, Africa, and Asia. The Quit India movement in 1942 demanded immediate independence, but the British arrested Congress leaders. Subhas Chandra Bose, breaking with Congress, formed the Indian National Army with Japanese support. The INA fought in Burma, inspiring Indians despite its defeat. By 1946, Britain, exhausted by war, began planning its exit from India. An interim government was formed, and the United States established diplomatic relations with it. But Hindu-Muslim tensions grew, fueled by demands for partition. On July 18, 1947, the British Parliament passed the India Independence Act. It divided British India into two nations, Hindu-majority India and Muslim-majority Pakistan. At midnight on August 14, 1947, Pakistan gained independence. Hours later, on August 15, India awoke to freedom. Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, delivered his iconic Tryst with Destiny speech. He spoke of a nation stepping out from the old to the new, its soul long suppressed finding utterance. But freedom came at a cost. Partition triggered one of history's largest migrations. About 15 million people crossed borders, and communal violence claimed up to 2 million lives. Princely states, like Kashmir, faced a choice: join India, Pakistan, or remain independent. Kashmir's monarch signed the Instrument of Accession to India, sparking the First Indo-Pak War. A UN ceasefire in 1949 divided Kashmir, a dispute that lingers to this day. India, now a constitutional republic, adopted its constitution on January 26, 1950. It embraced secularism, democracy, and unity in diversity. The States Reorganization Act of 1956 redrew state boundaries based on linguistic lines. Andhra Pradesh, formed in 1953, was the first state created on linguistic grounds. Over time, new states emerged, like Telangana in 2014, reflecting regional aspirations. Today, India has 28 states and 8 union territories, each with its own culture and identity. India's formation wasn't just political. It was a cultural and social evolution. Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism were born here, shaping global spirituality. Islam, Christianity, and other faiths enriched India's pluralistic society. The caste system, though controversial, has been a part of India's social fabric for centuries. Modern India strives for equality, with laws protecting marginalized communities. India's economy, once colonial, is now one of the world's fastest growing. In 2023, India became the world's most populous nation, overtaking China. Its contributions to science, from the concept of zero to space exploration, are monumental. In 2008, India signed a civilian nuclear deal with the United States, boosting its global standing. The Indian Space Research Organization launched Chandrayaan-1, its first lunar mission that same year. India's military, with 1.45 million active troops, is the world's second largest. Yet challenges remain, from poverty to regional tensions, like the ongoing Kashmir dispute. In 2025, India and Pakistan faced heightened tensions after a terrorist attack in Kashmir. The attack, which killed 26 civilians, led to military exchanges, raising fears of war. Global leaders urged de-escalation, but the conflict underscores India's complex regional dynamics. Despite these challenges, India's story is one of resilience and progress. From the Indus Valley to independence, India has woven a rich tapestry of cultures. Its art, from the Taj Mahal to ancient sculptures, reflects a vibrant heritage. The Kumbh Mela, held every 12 years, draws millions, showcasing India's spiritual depth. India's railways, carrying 23 million passengers daily, are a lifeline of connectivity. The Golden Temple in Amritsar welcomes over 100,000 visitors daily, a symbol of unity. India's biodiversity, from the Sundarbans to the Himalayas, is unmatched. Tigers, elephants, and snow leopards thrive in its varied landscapes. The nation's democratic spirit shines in its elections, with millions voting freely. India's journey from a patchwork of kingdoms to a unified nation was not easy. It faced invasions, colonialism, and partition, yet emerged stronger. The concept of a unified India crystallized during the anti-colonial struggle. Leaders like Gandhi, Nehru, and Patel forged a nation rooted in diversity. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the Iron Man of India, integrated over 500 princely states. His diplomacy and resolve ensured India's territorial unity. India's constitution, one of the world's longest, guarantees rights and freedoms. It reflects the vision of B.R. Ambedkar, a champion of social justice. India's flag, with its saffron, white and green, symbolizes courage, peace and faith. The Ashoka Chakra, a 24-spoke wheel, represents eternal progress. The national anthem, Jana Gana Mana, celebrates India's unity and diversity. India's journey didn't end with independence, it was just the beginning. The 1950s and 60s saw India build its institutions, from schools to dams. The Green Revolution in the 1960s made India self-sufficient in food. In 1971, India played a key role in Bangladesh's independence from Pakistan. The war, though brief, reshaped South Asia's geopolitical landscape. India's nuclear tests in 1998 established it as a nuclear power. Economic reforms in 1991 opened India to global markets, spurring growth. Today, India's tech industry, from Bangalore to Hyderabad, drives innovation. Bollywood, producing over 1,000 films annually, captivates global audiences. Indian cuisine, from spicy curries to sweet desserts, is loved worldwide. Yoga, originating in ancient India, is now a global wellness practice. India's diaspora, over 30 million strong, bridges cultures across the globe. Yet India faces challenges, from climate change to social inequalities. The Sundarbans, the world's largest mangrove forest, is threatened by rising sea levels. Poverty, though reduced, still affects millions, demanding innovative solutions. India's education system, while vast, needs reforms to meet modern demands. The nation's youth, over 600 million under 25, are its greatest asset. Their energy and ideas will shape India's future in the 21st century. India's foreign policy balances relations with the United States, China, and Russia. Its role in the United Nations and BRICS underscores its global influence. India's space program, with missions to Mars and the Moon, inspires awe. The Chandrayaan-3 mission in 2023 made India the fourth nation to land on the Moon. India's digital revolution, with over 800 million internet users, is transforming lives. Initiatives like Digital India aim to connect every village to the internet. The Aadhaar system, a unique ID for over 1 billion people, streamlines services. India's renewable energy push, with solar and wind projects, fights climate change. The nation aims to achieve net zero emissions by 2070. India's cultural exports, from yoga to Bollywood, continue to captivate the world. Its literature, from the Vedas to modern novels, reflects a timeless wisdom. The Ramayana and Mahabharata, ancient epics, still inspire millions. India's festivals, like Diwali and Holi, bring communities together in celebration. The nation's diversity, with over 2,000 ethnic groups, is its greatest strength. Hundreds of languages, from Hindi to Tamil, coexist in harmony. India's secular ethos ensures freedom of religion for all faiths. The judiciary, independent and robust, upholds the rule of law. India's parliament, the Lok Sabha, is a vibrant arena of debate. The Congress Party, once dominant, now competes with the Bharatiya Janata Party and regional party. Elections, held every 5 years, are a testament to India's democratic vitality. In 2014, Narendra Modi's landslide victory marked a new era of governance. His policies, from Make in India to Swachh Bharat, aim to modernize the nation. India's global partnerships, like the Quad with the US, Japan, and Australia, enhance its influence. The nation's soft power, from cuisine to cinema, strengthens its global presence. India's ancient universities, like Nalanda and Takshashila, were centers of learning. Today, institutions like the IITM produce world-class talent. India's startup ecosystem, with over 100,000 startups, drives innovation. Unicorns like Flipkart and Patam showcase India's entrepreneurial spirit. The nation's infrastructure, from highways to airports, is rapidly expanding. High-speed rail projects like the Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train promise connectivity. India's tourism industry, with sites like the Taj Mahal, draws millions annually. Sa bom reasonable vite. The nation's heritage sites, 42 UNESCO-listed, preserve its rich history. India's wildlife sanctuaries like Ranthambore protect endangered species. Project Tiger, launched in 1973, has revived India's tiger population. India's rivers like the Ganges are sacred but face pollution challenges. The Namami Gange project aims to clean and restore this vital lifeline. India's mountains, from the Himalayas to the Western Ghats, are biodiversity hotspots. The nation's coastline, over 7,500 kilometers, supports vibrant marine life. India's islands, like the Andamans, are havens of natural beauty. The nation's history is a saga of adaptation and survival. From the Aryans to the Mughals, each wave of influence enriched India. The British left a legacy of institutions, but also scars of exploitation. Independence was a triumph of unity over division. India's leaders, from Gandhi to Ambedkar, envisioned a just society. Their ideals continue to guide India through challenges. India's women, from ancient scholars like Gargi to modern leaders, have shaped its story. Today, women like Kalpana Chawla and Saina Nawal inspire millions. India's youth are rewriting its narrative with innovation and ambition. The nation's future lies in their hands as they build on a glorious past. India's story is far from over. It is a living, evolving epic. From ancient civilizations to a modern powerhouse, India stands tall. Its people, its culture, its spirit, these are the heart of the nation. Thank you for joining us on this journey through India's remarkable history. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe for more. Let's celebrate the birth of a nation that continues to inspire the world.